Hey everyone, it's Anna here at Dees with another beautiful wreath kit that we now have available up on shopdeeslouisville.com. And today we are using this gorgeous coral hydrangea stem. We're going to pair it with a little bit of greenery, some other filler, and of course some ribbon, and it's going to be the perfect grapevine you can leave up really all year long. So I'm starting out with an 18-inch grapevine wreath frame, and this is going to be the one thing that is not included in your kit that you need to create this wreath. They are, however, available up on the site if you go to the floral supply tab, or if you have one at home, it'll work great. But this is the 18-inch. It's considered a medium grapevine wreath. So we're going to start by taking our coral hydrangea stem and fluff it out a little bit. It has a lot of different things on it. It's got fern, it's got leaves, it even has like smaller flowers built into it, as well as some berries. And we're just gonna fluff it out, and then we're gonna chop the stem off. So if you go to the bottom here, we're just gonna cut the stem. We're gonna leave about 5 inches though, so we can push it into our grapevine wreath. And since the stem is so big, this is a big, thick stem, so it's gonna take a little bit of arm power to get that chopped off. So I've got it ready to go, and we're gonna push this into the wreath a little bit differently than we normally do. I tend to like go on the side maybe, or up and down here. We're gonna go kind of straight down into this one at a slight angle. I'll show you. So you're gonna dip it in some hot glue. Right about 6 o'clock on that wreath, kind of go at a slight angle, but almost towards the middle, and push that stem down into the wreath. Let me push it. It might take, again, a little bit of maneuvering, but I've kind of got it, if you notice, almost straight up and down. And what I'm going to do is fill in with some greenery and and do a nice big bow, and it's just going to give you a slightly different look than we normally do. All right, so now you can take a little piece of your wire, and because it's such a big stem, you want to attach it up here, and I'm just going to quickly just twist one little piece so it's really secure. So all you need is a tiny piece of your wire. All right, and now we're ready to go. So I'm gonna leave a nice big gap right here, because that's where we're gonna put our bow. And we're gonna add these really nice yucca fern stems. So if you like the look of this mixed greenery pick, these are available by themselves up on the website. If you just need this greenery, you can head up there to the floral supply tab and grab yourself a set of these. They're called yucca fern stems. So I went on and fluffed it out. I'm going to chop off the bottom, a little bit of hot glue, and I'm going to the left over here, right where this gap is. I'm going to push it into the wreath, and then I'm going to kind of spread it out. But it really does help fill it in. It adds a lot of nice texture. Okay, and then I have another one, and we're gonna go same exact thing, cut it off, fluff it, but this time we're going off of the right side. A little bit of hot glue right in here. Okay, so now we're ready for our bow. I chose a 2.5-inch coral stripe. I just liked it for the pop of the coral, but it's nice because it has a really pretty kind of ivory neutral stripe mixed with it, so it's not too much of the color. It's just a really pretty nice stripe. And then right on top of that, we're going with the green, really nice lemongrass. It's like a faux silk dupioni ribbon, and it just adds a nice sheen to it, but it also is a really pretty shade of green. We're gonna make a couple loops of that. Let's do 3 loops of this one. Right on top, leave your tails nice and long. Take your cloth covered wire, tie it off right where your hand's holding it. Let's see if I can get this out while I'm holding it. There we go. So I'm gonna tie this in a knot, and I'm gonna twist this onto my wreath. I'm going right underneath of this hydrangea, slightly off to the left. Twist that on. And then you're ready to move everything around. So I've got a little white ranunculus down here. I'm going to bring up to the front. And then I'm going to actually bring this hydrangea down a little bit so it mixes well with the ribbon. Okay, now I'm ready to cut those ends. Let me get it on my board securely. There we go. All right. So you can see it's a little bit different of a design than we've done before, but it's really pretty, gives you a lot of coverage on the grapevine. And we're gonna add one more stem on here just to give it, again, another color, another texture. So we've got this really pretty white pod stem. And what's nice about this is you get a lot of different ones of these little pods on here you can attach. So I'm gonna cut them into sections. I'm not gonna cut them individually. I'm gonna cut them in like twos so we can put a few on at a time. Again, it's a big stem, so you need a little arm power. So when I cut it apart, there's gonna be 3, and they're spread out really nicely. So when you go to pop it in, it's gonna kind of already be in a position where it's gonna look good. So you won't have to do a lot of moving. So I'm gonna do the first one right down here. I think we needed a little something in there. Okay. And then next up we have the other one. It's also got 3 on it. We're gonna go off to the left over here, right in here. Make sure it's down in the grapevine really good. There we go. I'm gonna move them around. All right, we are done. It is a beautiful, quick and easy wreath, but a really nice showstopper for your front door. Add a little bit of color and head on over to shopdeeslouisville.com to get yourself a kit today.